So this is why I try not to complain about the cold, as the cycles take place from winter to spring to fall, summer. I skipped summer, didn't I? I want to skip summer, but I can't. These things take place. Life cycles of bugs are interrupted and kept in check, and we can see here there's been a lot of devastation to these mustards. These are red garnet mustards, I believe. Some call them Japanese red giant mustards. It's all in the same family. They're like cousins to each other, right? So the devastation was primarily done by Japanese beetles, right? Maybe a few worms, but mostly by the beetles. And as we've had some freezing nights and early mornings, the devastation you can see is on the older leaves. The newer leaves coming on are looking really nice and healthy and really vibrant. Now, my goal was to get through this bed and to prune off those bad leaves to make way for the newer healthy ones. But I never got around to it. As usual, my plans don't always go the way I want. But look at it. You can just see the different levels. And this helps you to appreciate the before and after the consistent cold nights. After. Before. So a lot of the new leaves coming on are just beautiful. So we could have come through here and we could have just pulled all of these, but I wanted to see if this would happen the way I expected it to and the way I have had it happen in the past with other greens. I've had this happen with my collards. I've also had this happen with my green mustards as well. As now with the collards, there's a lot of pressure from worms as well, but the BT works pretty well on those unless you're having a really wet winter, and then it's a challenge to apply and reapply, so on and so forth. But for the most part, oh, look at that. This is where we had our garlic last year, and I guess we didn't get all of them up because look at that. There's one. Well, there's a bunch in here. There's another one. There. So there'll probably be more popping up too. Also, Brady was doing some transplanting for us that we didn't necessarily ask for. I swear, if every toy is not out, he's not satisfied. Does that not remind you of a little kid? You can only chew on one at a time, so he's got them both close by. Oh boy, you're a mess. So you're gonna enjoy it while Athena is not loose, right? Because once she gets loose, it's over. You gotta share. So what are you using for pest repellent? Is a question that we get. Since you're organic, what are you using? And this time of the year, we really try to use as little as possible. The biggest thing that we're using is going to be BT. Very long word. Its acronym is much easier to pronounce, BT. But it is basically a bacteria that inhibits the digestion of the caterpillars. And so once they take that bite off of the sprayed vegetation, they will then not be able to digest food properly and they will die. So they will have to eat some of your vegetation in order to, die. They'll have a good last meal. Also, we use DE. It can work pretty well for the beetles. Again, if it's dry enough, but it takes so much to dust everything and get it up under the leaves as well, that I generally just won't. I just don't. And that this is what results. You see the devastation that I just shared with you on our mustards here. But I'd rather not waste my product, because we use food grade OMRI listed DE. We use that same DE for our rabbits, for our chickens, for everybody. Everybody gets it. The cats get dusted with it. It's just like we use it for everything. And so I'd rather not waste it in that arena. And there's so many other areas where I can use it and benefit and not feel like I'm wasting my money. So yeah, hopefully as this garlic pops up in here, it'll help with more bug pressure, throw the bugs off a little bit. But yeah, those two things are the primary things that we're going to be using in the in the winter time. Now, it's not officially winter yet, but feels like it. So most of the other crops that we have outside of our leafy vegetables are not going to be things that need, in our area, need any treatment, like our garlic, like our onions. Carrots. Okay, so carrots can be an issue when it comes to the tops. One year we had this decimation. Was that last year or year before last? Where we planted the carrots, they came up, they were looking beautiful, and the armyworms came in and just all the tops were gone. So the bottoms, didn't do anything. We replanted after it was colder, and then we didn't have that issue again. If I had sprayed the BT, it wouldn't have been an issue too. Again, we try, even with the organic pesticides, we try our best to use those as little as possible. All right, so what are you using? What are you using this year to protect your garden organically? Let us know in the comments. Peace out.